Hello, welcome to Nikki Secondino's Spellbook of Mischief and Magic. And this video is going to be in a series of my 21-day self-love journey. And today we're on day number 6. So today I'm going to share scar number 6. And this scar I actually fully healed today. And so it might be a little raw in my sharing, but it's pretty important. And the scar number 6 is anger. How I healed my anger and let it go. So, a little background story on me is that I had some trauma in my childhood. There was some abuse going on. And in my healing journey, I realized I was really angry with my mother. As I healed and I grew in my lessons and learning all the things, I was able to understand why she did what she did and the actions that she took. And I was able to understand where my anger came from, what exactly it was that I was angry about. And what I was angry about was, before I reveal it, I will say this, that as I share my story, this is not to cause pain to anyone. The whole point of this was to share wounds that I have and how I have healed them in hopes that it might help someone else out there that has a similar wound. That is the point of these videos. It's not to blame, it's not to pass judgment. It is just simply to share my story. That is all that I am doing, in hopes that I can help empower other people to heal their own wounds if they are so similar to mine. That is the whole point of these videos. So, what I was angry about was that I was angry that my mother never picked me. It always seemed that she picked other people above me, whether it was her husband or the uncle that abused me, or a religion that is very problematic and hurtful for a lot of people, or for the person that abused me in our childhood and she just took their side. Like, it just seemed that she would always pick someone specifically who hurt me over me as a child. And I brought this to your attention a few months ago, and we had our conversation, and our relationship stands where it stands. But a lot of my anger stemmed from not being protected. I was angry. My inner teenager is angry that I had to be hurt physically and emotionally and mentally from all of these things that she knew about but didn't help me. And I felt like I had to be quiet about it. And even recording this video, I have the fear. I have that fear of the backlash from my mom, from my dad, from all of it, from even you. And I can feel that fear, but I'm going to walk through it. And yeah, I mean, and so she knew what was happening. She knew, like, our father was abusive. She knew what my uncle did to me. Like, she knew what the church holds. And so I just was so angry with not being protected and not being picked, not being believed, as if I didn't matter. And I I held on to anger. I I identified as a very, very angry person. and rightfully so. I know what is in my past. And so today I thought that I healed this, but I had a dream last night. I had a dream where a man put a muzzle on me, and not like a dog muzzle. This was like a full helmet. I don't even know how to describe it because I've never seen anything like it in my life. But it covered my face, it covered my mouth. It just kind of shut me down. It was used to control me, and I could barely speak. I was able to speak just enough to say like yes or as you wish or whatever the hell they wanted me to say. But anyway, the man went away and my mom was there. And I looked at her, I said, I need help. Can you help me get out of this thing? And she told me no, because she wasn't allowed to. She didn't know what the man wanted, and the man usually gets what he wants. And I looked at her and said, but I need you. I need help to take this off of me. And she told me, no, I cannot help you. I will not help you. And so the rest of the dream is I apparently came across a magic lamp, which yielded a genie, and I wished myself free and I was able to get away. And so I woke up and I just, all morning, I had this just sinking feeling that like I wasn't good enough, except I knew that was false because in my solar plexus, like I know because I healed through the ones, like I know that I am enough because my worthiness comes from inside of me, not from anyone else. So I was really struggling with what is it that I was feeling. And it turned out it was anger, and not just anger, malice, like straight ill will. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to hurt whoever it is in my path because I am hurting. So I'm going to hurt someone. That I could feel in my heart of hearts. And that this dream brought this piece up in me, which I thought, again, like I thought I healed, but apparently not to the extent because I didn't know how deep it went. And so I went into meditation and I was speaking to the universe and my spirit team and my highest self. And I was like, I want to release this. Like, I don't know what it is. And so I got this vision, and I could feel it in my body that there was something buried deep down in my heart. I could feel it. It was so painful. And it started like uprooting, like it was like lifting through my heart chakra, through the energy, through whatever you want to call it. It was lifting up, and it was like just causing so much pain, and the wound was bleeding, and this like dark sea came out. And I felt lighter. I felt like me. Like I didn't feel like I was being controlled by this little seed anymore. And the seed like morphed into an image of myself. And at first, I thought it was myself from, I don't know, a year or two ago. And she was like, I don't want you to leave me. You're leaving me behind. And I said, no, honey, I'm not leaving you. You can come with me. And that's when her face distorted. And I realized it wasn't me, but like a demon essentially, because like that seed was trying to be replanted into my heart and I had to like dig it back out. And I said, oh, it's not you, this is something else, this is something evil. And like my face like deteriorated off this like black shadowy thing, and the best thing I could describe it as is a demon in this world, for a lack of a better term, because I don't know what it would be, the image that I saw, but its name was malice. And it was a thing that was inside me that I was terrified of, that controlled me, that I tried controlling it, but really and truly it controlled me because there was a little piece in me that constantly just wanted to hurt people because I was hurt. I mean, why not? And so if anything triggered me, I could feel there was just like it felt like a monster or a demon, something would come up. I could feel it from my stomach into my chest, would come up, and I was ready to burn it all down, whether there was people in it or not. Like I was just ready to go, to fight. And it was staring at me. It was staring back at me, grinning like it was still able to control me. And it didn't. It wasn't inside me anymore. Yeah, it was deep rooted, but it came out because I acknowledged it. I didn't want to feel anymore, and I was ready to let it go. And so I was looking at it and I said, no, by the blood of me, because I could feel like my heart chakra energy just bleeding. I said, no, by the blood of me and my energy, like you cannot control me anymore. Like you cannot hurt me anymore. You have no power here. And then like this bright light came and it disintegrated into the bright light. And um I did like a Reiki session, and I could see my heart. It was like being sewn back up, the wound in it. And it was healthy and it was beautiful and it was just healthy. And I literally have released my anger. And I didn't realize till today that my anger really turned into malice over time, over years of unhealed trauma, over years of ignoring the pain of this root cause. But because I chose to go on the spiritual awakening and I chose to start identifying my wounds and working through my traumas and healing what happened to me, because I was betting on myself. I am still betting on myself because just me in general, is worth it. And I'm going to get to the best, highest healed version of myself because I am worth it. And because I started this journey months ago and I was willing and I didn't give up and I held kindness and compassion for me and I learned to receive and I created safe places and spaces for me to heal and to grow, I was able eventually to reach a deep, deep seeded belief, seeded emotion of malice that I am now released. And the biggest way I could do this was I was self-aware. I did all the things to get to a place of self-awareness where when something happened, I was able to identify it. I was able to go into my self-care practices. I was able to talk to my spirit team and to tell them that I need help. What is it? And then once it's identified, I need help releasing it. And it was done. It was there. And I feel so happy that I could cry, but I'm not gonna cry in this YouTube video. um, so that is the sixth wound that I'm gonna share with you is I finally have let go of my anger. I healed it. It's done. It no longer has control over me. And that limiting belief of where I'm never picked and I'm never protected, those limiting beliefs don't matter to me anymore. Even if it comes from my father or anybody who caused me harm through abuse or whatever in my past, those stories don't matter anymore because it's in the past. I've healed through them because my new identity is a woman who chooses herself. And I know how to protect myself. And I know how to love myself. And I know how to pick myself first. And that's all that matters in this world is I did that. it all comes from me, for me. And so today I wanted to share that with you. And once again, I did not share this out of hatred. I did not share this out of spite or to hurt anyone. I simply shared it to help empower people like me who have similar wounds because of other people's choices, whether they come from your friends, coworkers, your family, or even your parents. Because ultimately, they made their choices, which affected us, and we get to choose how we're going to handle it, whether it be through healing or through pain. So, my story here is to empower you, to show you that you are enough, and those stories and the things that those people did to you, they are not you. They are not your identity. You are amazing. You are a star, and you were born for great things. And you also can learn how to heal your wounds. You got this. I believe in you.